Hello everyone. Today let's solve the Leetcode problem number 200, number of islands. So what the question says, given an m into n 2D binary grid which represents a map of ones. That is, 1 is nothing but the land they have given and 0 is water. The 0 is nothing but water. Here in the example, 1 is land and 0 is water. Return the number of islands. So we have to return the number of islands, nothing but 1, right? So an island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands. They have strictly given an island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally, right? So they have given and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. So we are not considering diagonal one again. So we are considering only this one, horizontal or vertical, this one land, right? So an island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. So you may assume all 4 edges of the grid are surrounded by the water. So they have mentioned we might assume all the 4 edges of the grid are surrounded by the water, or all surrounded by water. Let's consider example 1 in this case. Just give me a second. So let's consider the example 1, this one. So we have so they have given this example. So first what we will do, let's consider this example. So first what we will do, we will let's suppose we are having the variable count that is initialized to 0, nothing but the number of islands. Count of number of islands. First we have initialized this one to 0. In my case, I'll just give count equals 0. C is nothing but the count, just for the reference. So now the next step what we can do is, first we will detect the island, right? First island detection. How can we do that? We will begin iterating over the grid. We will start from here basically, right? The first land of 1 is at the grid, this one 0, 0, nothing but 0, 0. This is 0, 0. We'll start from here. Since it's a land, so we know that this is land. Why? Because it is having the 1, right? So 1 is represented by the land and 0 is represented by the water. Since this is a land, we will increment the count to 1 now. So count, initially the count was 0. Now the count is 1. So indicating that we have found an island. This is an island, right? So then after finding this one, what we will do? We will initiate the depth first search. Nothing but DFS. Starting from this cell, starting from this one. So next what we'll do, DFS. So marks all the connected devices. So let's start marking all the connected devices. We will search either up, down, left or right, by one step. So they have clearly mentioned an island is surrounded by water and is formed by connecting adjacent lands horizontally or vertically. So here this one is already visited, this one. First one we have visited and we have found an island. So what can we connect? So we will check for right. So 1 is present. Again, island is present. So we will mark this one as visited. So also down we will check. Here also 1 is there. We will mark this one as visited. So now we are having 1. So next let's process this one. First let's consider this one. To the right we are having one more 1, right? So this will be marked as visited as well. Same goes with this one. I mean, down also we'll check, but we are having 0. We will ignore this one, right? So next we will check for this one. So where we are having 1. So this we will mark this one as visited. So we will check down. Again we have 1. So we will mark this one as visited. Next to this one. To the right we have 0. We will ignore this one, as well as there is no up. Left is already visited. Up we don't have any number. So down we have 1. This is also already visited. Next we will check for this. Right 0. We will ignore this one, and down also we'll ignore this one. This one we already have visited and we are ignoring this one because this is 0, right? So this one we have completed this one. Next we will come here 1, 1. next we will check right. So here we have 1. So we'll mark this one as visited. Next we will check for this one down, and we will mark this one as visited because 1 we have found, right? So next we will come here, we will check for down, or we will check this one 2 0. We'll check right to this one. We have 1, so this will be marked as this one as well, what visited as well. So now I just delete this one. Now we have this one basically. So starting from here up to this one, right? This one. So this one we have. So so now we will, after we are getting this one in one shot, right? So we will be converting all the ones to 0 basically. So now the grid looks completely 0, right? So this will be 0 0 0 0. This whole grid will be filled with 0. Next, what we will do, we will continue the iteration over the grid, but all other cells are now 0, filled with 0, right? So now the final count remains same itself. If you remember, initially we had 0. At one shot we got all the ones. We performed DFS, right? Now the count was 1 basically. So we had count 1. So the final count remains 1 itself, right? Why the final count remains 1? Now all other columns are 0 itself, either water or visited land. So now no new islands are found, right? So we have checked here, no ones are present, right, apart from this one. So the final count will remain 1. So the output we got is 1, meaning that there is 1 island in this grid. So there is 1 island in this grid. That's what output they have given here. So let me delete this one. And let me come to the second example. Here also, just give me a second. Here also we can see, first we'll start from this one itself. We can just visualize this 4 will be actually 1, and the second one will be this one when we perform DFS, right? This one, and the third one will be this one, right? So while we perform DFS, we can just move right, left, up or down by 1 step, right? So here you can see diagonally we are not considering. If we were considering diagonally, then we would have considered this one as well. So diagonally we are not considering. So we can clearly see the output will be 3 in this case. So let me delete this. Let's see how can we implement this one in the using JavaScript code, right? So I'll just come here. So initially what I'll do, let's initialize the counter to track the number of islands. I'll just give let count equals 0. Next step, let's define the helper function to perform the depth first search as we seen in the example, right? So I'll just make use of the helper function. I'll just give the name DFS, grid I and j. So I'll just consider these things. But what is the base case here? If the current cell is out of bounds or is water 0, right? We will just return nothing. We'll just return, right? So I'll just make use of the if condition. If I is less than 0, nothing but if the current cell is out of bounds, we are checking initially, right? So I greater than length of the grid, it has to be I greater than or equal to length of the grid, or j less than 0, rows and columns, right? I and j. So and or j greater than or equal to grid of I dot length, or if it is water also, then we will just return, right? So grid of I j, then we will return nothing. So in my case I'll just come here, let's give just return. This is fine. Then let's mark the current land cell 1 as visited by setting it to 0. In the example we saw, we'll perform DFS and we will convert that one to zeros, right? So how can we write that one in the code? I'll just give grid of I j equals 0. After doing this one, what we'll do, we will recursively call the DFS on the neighboring cells. So we check how we can recursively call the DFS on the neighboring cells. So we moved down, up, right and left, right? So I'll just comment this one for the reference. What we are doing here, we are recursively calling DFS, recursively called DFS on the neighboring cells. We are checking down, up, right and left directions. So this is fine. So let's make use of the recursive function, function name. So what are the parameters we have? Nothing but grid I and j, right? So we'll move I plus 1, comma, j. So this is nothing but down initially. So let me copy this one. So I just copy this one. I paste here 4 times. So let me comment this one for the reference. This down, up, left. This is left, this one is right. So let's make the necessary changes, right? This one has to be grid I plus 1 j down, and for up it is grid I minus 1 j. This is I j plus 1, and the final one is I j minus 1. So this is fine. Next, what we will do, we will iterate over the each cell in the grid, right? We are iterating over the each cell in the grid, starting from here. So how can we do that? For the iteration, let's make use of the for loop. For take a equals 0, I less than length of the grid. This is fine. Next, for the column, I'll just make use of for let j equals 0, j less than yet. This is bad. Simple. Next, if the cell is land, nothing but 1 here, this one. If the cell is land, nothing but 1, it represents then unvisited land. So this is connected to this one, right? Next, this represents an unvisited land, right? So then we will increment the island counter. So we saw how we incremented from 0 to 1, right? So I'll just come here. Let me make use of the if condition. If grid of I and j, if it is equal to 1, then let's increment the island count. So this one here, let's increment the island counter. Next what we'll do, we will perform depth first search. Nothing but we'll perform DFS to mark the entire island as visited. So let me give DFS of the parameters grid I and j that we are making use of, right? So this is fair. Finally, we will return the total number of islands. So what we have to return? Count, right? So let me give return count. So let me format the code. Let me hit the submit. Let's wait for some time. So we are getting wrong answer, right? Output 9, expected 1. Here, let's check again. So we are getting wrong answer itself, right? So what mistake I've done here is, I'll just add this one. Grid of ij here, we are checking whether it is equal to 0, nothing but if it is water or not. Then we are not returning anything, right? So I have forgotten here. So let me format the code once again. Let me hit the submit. Now this has to work. Yeah, this is working correctly, right? So what will be the time complexity and the space complexity? So the time complexity for this one would be big of n itself. Just give me a second. Yeah, the time complexity would be big of m into n. Why the time complexity is big of m into n? Because we are iterating over each cell in the grid once, right? So iteration, this one, you can see. We are iterating over each cell in the grid once, where we know that m is nothing but the number of rows and n is nothing but the number of columns. So the DFS is called on each cell at most once, this one. At most once, making the overall time complexity big of m into n. So this is clear, I hope. So m into n. This is fine. The space complexity, what about the space complexity? The space complexity would be big of m into n as well. Why? In the worst case, the DFS, the depth of the DFS recursion stack, we are making use of the recursion stack clearly here, if you can see. So the depth of the DFS recursion stack can be m into n. So basically m and n we already know. M is the number of rows and n is the number of columns, as I have initially said. So the overall space complexity would be big of m into n as well. I'll just give this one big of m into n. So let me comment this one. So I hope this is clear. So this is it. Let me run the code again. So this works absolutely correct, right? So this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.